Today we are going to share a story where a middle-aged woman falls in love with her son's friend. However, the woman did not know what her son actually did for a living. The man she fell in love with for his simplicity is actually the city's biggest gangster. But the woman doesn't know anything about this. So let's explain today's mystery movie. And yes, those who have not yet subscribed to the channel, quickly click the subscribe button and continue watching the video. At the beginning of the story, we see two people named Heenan and Rahun in a car who work for a company. Today they are going to deliver a parcel. And today's parcel has to be delivered to a police station in the city. The task is very risky, so Heenan tells Rahun to do the job carefully. Then Rahun takes the parcel and goes inside the station, and Heenan waits outside. While Rahun is getting into the elevator, two policemen jokingly tell him, "This parcel can also be damaged." But Rahun tells them, "My job is only to deliver the parcel. I have no idea what is inside it." Then Rahun gets out of the elevator on a floor, and the two policemen go to the upper floor. There was someone kept there, whose testimony would sentence a very big gangster, and these policemen were mainly brought for the security of that witness. But suddenly, Rahun comes to that floor. Then a few policemen stop him and say, "This is a restricted area. Why have you come here?" Rahun keeps listening to the song in his mind without answering. And before the policeman could understand anything, Rahun shoots. They mainly came here to kill this victim, and this was their mission today. After completing the mission, Rahun comes out while calling Heenan, and just then someone hits him from behind and throws him down. Rahun then sees that the man who hit him is none other than Heenan, who came with him. In an injured condition, he asks Heenan, "Will you kill me now?" Heenan replies, "Yes, the order has been given to kill you as soon as the mission is over, because you have learned a lot about this company in a few days. Actually, I am only following orders, so I have nothing to do now." Before dying, Rahun asks Heenan to fulfill one last wish. He says, "I have some saved money, please give it to my mother." So Heenan finishes his work and comes out. Then after driving the car for a while, some people change the color of his car in the blink of an eye, so that no one can understand anything. After leaving there, Heenan leaves for the office wearing a suit. There is no way to understand by looking at him that he works in a company that kills people. His office name is NCM Company. Everyone here works like ordinary people. From the outside, no one can ever understand that terrible criminal activities are done inside this company. Everyone working here is a dangerous killer who kills people on contract for money. And Heenan is the senior of everyone here, so everyone in the office respects him. Anyway, then Heenan goes to his cabin, and a secret door opens as soon as he turns a hammer there. Heenan enters through that door and deposits his gun. There, the manager of that company, whose name is Kong, asks him why he is so late in coming here after finishing the mission. But Heenan does not answer his words, but just stands there saying sorry. Now Kong asks, "Where is Rahun?" Heenan replies, "I killed him and completed the mission." Actually, even though Heenan is the senior of the office, this manager cannot tolerate him at all. Then Heenan goes to meet his friend Benj. Benj, you know, who used to work in that company, but now he is retired from these jobs. Actually, Heenan learned these things from Benjuhun. Heenan tells him, "Yesterday, after a mission, I killed a new boy named Rahun. But before dying, the boy requested me to help his family, so I want to help the boy's family. What do you say now?" Benjuhun remains silent for some time and says, "Actually, you should not do this by going outside the company rules." Meanwhile, the police station investigates the huge massacre by checking the CCTV footage, and a detective in charge of the investigation identifies Heenan. Meanwhile, Heenan goes to meet Rahun's family and gives them the money left by Rahun and says, "Your son has been sent abroad for a special company assignment." And then he also gives Rahun's mother a company visiting card, which is completely against the company rules. Heenan notices that Rahun's family's financial condition is not very good. Actually, Rahun's father is no more, and his mother and sister are supported only by Rahun's income. Then Rahul's mother played a song on the cassette and said that this song I sang as a child. At that time, Heenan's voice felt very familiar, and then he could recognize Rahul's mother, the girl named Mayong, whose song he heard as a child and fell in love with the song. Today, after so many years, he got to see the girl face to face. The next day, the company boss called Joe Heenan and handed him a file and said, "The company's director, Jin, has not been coming to work for a long time. Because his wife and son died in an accident, he no longer wants to do this job. However, according to our company rules, no one can leave this job before retirement. So whatever happens, you have to arrange for him to come back to the company again." Hearing all this, Heenan felt very bad, because he was his very good friend. So after that, Heenan started following Jin, and as soon as he entered an alley, he held a pistol behind his head. That is, Jin understood that someone was following him. He thought that maybe Heenan had come here to kill him, because it is the company's rule to kill anyone who leaves the company before retirement. Then Heenan tells him, "I have not come to kill you, but the company wants you to join the work again." But Jin does not believe him, and with a pistol, he hits Heenan on the head and runs away from there. The next day Heenan goes to a place, and there he meets Rahul. That is, that day he did not kill Rahul, but hid him inside a shop. But Rahul asks him, "Why didn't you kill me that day and hide me here?" Then Heenan says, "Our company's rule is to kill the temporary employees after the work is over. But after hearing about your family, I could not kill you, so I hid you for so long. If anyone finds out that you are still alive, then maybe they will kill both of us." Then Heenan goes out to dinner that night with Rahul and his family. They all have a very good time. But Rahul's family does not know where he was all this time. On the other hand, Heenan spends some time alone with Myung, his childhood crush. Myung is also feeling quite good about Heenan. At one point in their conversation, Heenan suddenly gets a call from his office, and he is told, "Jin has disobeyed us, so finish him." Although Jin is Hyeon's good friend, he is still forced to follow this order. Then Hyeon goes to Jin's house. Seeing him, Jin understands that he has received orders to send him up, so he tries his best to save himself. But at one point, Hyeon overpowers him, and holding a gun to his head, says, "Go away from here." In reply, Jin says, "I have nothing left to live for anyway. Rather you kill me." Then Hyeon fires a gun and finishes his mission and leaves from there. The next day, everyone in the company sits together and has a party. Actually, this is Hyeon's promotion party. Because of completing so many successful missions, he has now been made the director of the company. However, it is clear from looking at Hyeon that he is not at all happy to receive that promotion. That is, he does not like the work of this company. Then Hyeon meets Myung outside at a coffee shop. Then they come to know from the owner of the cafe that he will sell the cafe. And then Myung tells him that she really wants to open a cafe like this, but it is not possible to do so due to lack of money. Then Hyeon tells him, "I used to listen to your songs since childhood, and since then I have had a crush on you." Hearing this, Myung smiles. So in this way they both have a very good time. Then, when they were returning in the evening, the detective recognized Hyeon on the street and came to him and tried to talk to him. At one point he said to him, "Where do you work?" Then Myung gets annoyed and gives the detective Heenan's company card and says, "See how good a place he works in. Just stop suspecting him unnecessarily." Saying this, they leave from there. The next day, Hyeon went to the office and saw that Jin had been kidnapped there. That is, Hyeon did not kill Jin that day. The company boss was very angry with Hyeon for this and said, "Then you finish the incomplete work this time. That is, kill Jin." Before dying, Jin tells everyone, "This company is a madhouse. How can killing people be of any use?" Hearing this, the manager strangled Jin to death right there. After that, it is seen that the detective comes to Hyeon's office with his team, after seeing the address of the card given by Myung. But they do not find anything suspicious in the office. Everything seems perfectly normal to them, so they leave the office. In fact, every employee of the office is a dangerous killer, just like Hyeon, but no one suspects them because they are disguised in the office. Meanwhile, the manager scolds him and starts punching and kicking him, because the police came to the office, suspecting Hyeon. He says, "Why did you give the office card to the police?" Hyeon stands silently without answering any of his words, and endures everything silently. If he was not the manager, Lion would have killed him right here. After that, Sunyeon and Myung are shown having dinner, and while talking, he says to Myung, "I will buy you that coffee shop soon." He also says, "I have been in love with you since listening to your songs since childhood, so I want to spend the rest of my life with you. If you agree, then I want to marry you." Myung is very happy to hear such words from Hyeon, because she has also fallen in love with Hyeon these days. So Hyeon decides to marry Myung and live with her, and for this he will leave the job of killing people. A few days later, they go to buy the cafe for Myung, and at that time someone takes their picture and sends it to the boss. The company boss gets angry after seeing Hyeon with Rahul's mother. Besides, the boss also comes to know that Hyeon did not kill Rahul. The boss cannot accept Hyeon's work in any way, and then he orders the other people of the team to kill Hyeon. Then two employees start taking Hyeon somewhere else in the name of another mission. But seeing their behavior, Hyeon understands that the real target of this mission is himself. And just then the boy sitting in front attacks him. At first, Hyeon does not want to kill them and tells them, "You guys go away from here." But they do not listen to Hyeon at all. So Hyeon is forced to kill the boy. Now only the girl with them is alive. The girl tells him, "The company has come to know all the truth about you." In reply, Hyeon says, "You can run away from here with your life if you want." But the girl does not listen to anything and attacks Hyeon. And in the fight between the two, suddenly a car hits the girl, and the girl dies there. Meanwhile, since the boss has sent people to kill Hyeon, he realizes that Rahul's family is not safe now either. So he calls Rahul and tells him to come to his house with everyone. Then they all go to Hyeon's friend Benjahoon's house, because he knew that Benjahoon was his only trusted friend, and if there was anyone to help him in this bad time, it was only Benjahoon. Then Benjahoon tells Hyeon, "You know how cruel our company is, so you should not have done any work outside the company rules, and this has increased the risk to your own life." Then Hyeon tells Rahul's family his real identity. He tells everything about where he works, what he does, and also tells where Rahul used to work, and where he was all this time. Myung is very upset to know all this, and gets very angry with Heen From-sun. The next day, Hee-tin goes to his house, because he had hidden all his money in the basement of the house. There he sees many people from the company, who had come to kill him. Hee-jin dodges them and takes all his money, and returns to Ben Ji-hoon's house again. But what he saw here, he was never prepared to see. He sees that the company people have kept all the members of Rahul's family at gunpoint, and Hee-in then understands that Ben Ji-hoon is actually betraying him under the guise of friendship. Basically, Ben Ji-hoon has called the company people and kept Rahul's family hostage, and he is doing all this only for money. On the other hand, Hee-in becomes completely stunned to see such a terrible form of his most trusted friend, and keeps requesting Ben Ji-hoon to release Rahul's family. But Ben Ji-hoon does not listen to any of his words. Instead, he hits him with a gun and throws him to the ground. And just when Ben Ji-hoon is about to shoot them, Hee-in attacks the company people and Ben Ji-hoon. Then Ben Ji-hoon also starts shooting, and at one point of the shootout, a bullet hits Myung's chest. And seeing this, Hee-in becomes even more stunned and angrily shoots Ben Ji-hoon's chest. Meanwhile, Myung dies due to the bullet injury. Hee-shin becomes very sad at Myung's death. Then he gets stubborn in his head he will finish the NCM company. The next day, Hee-in comes to the company office wearing a bulletproof jacket, and with a gun in his hand, he asks the receptionist where the manager is, but she does not answer. Then Hee-in starts walking straight, but from behind, the receptionist woman aims her gun at Hee-in. Then Hee-in gestures to her to lower the gun, but the woman shoots at him without listening to Hee-in's words. But Hee-in shoots back and kills her, and he cannot find the manager anywhere. Then the other employees in the office prepare to deal with Hee-in, but Hee-in tells all the employees, "If you don't want to die, then run away from the office right now." But none of them listen to him. Instead, they attack him. Then Hee-in did not show any mercy to them either. He blew away all the employees with his machine gun. In the shootout, Hee-in also gets many bullets, but nothing happens to him because of wearing a bulletproof jacket. Then Hee-in calls the detective and tells him to come to the company. Then he reaches the secret place where his boss stays. Going there, Hye-in sees that the woman who used to change the gun bullets is sitting there. Hee-in tells her, "You go away from here." But the woman shoots at him without listening to any of Hee-in's words. Then Hee-in shoots back and kills the woman. Meanwhile, a martial arts master, who is in charge of the boss's security, starts fighting with Hee-jin, and they both fight equally, as if no one is less than anyone else. Just then, Hee-in sees a gun and takes the gun by driving, and shoots and finishes the master's mastery. Finally, he comes to the boss's room, and sees that there is a bodyguard with the boss. The boss tells him, "I have given you so much. Today you have come to kill me." Then Hee-jin says to the boss, "You used me for your own needs for so long, and after the need was over, you sent people to kill me. You have no forgiveness." As soon as he says this, the man with the boss shoots Hee-jin, but nothing happens to him because of wearing a bulletproof jacket, and Hee-jin shoots and kills that man. In the meantime, the boss tries to kill Hee-jin again, but someone shoots the boss from behind. Hee-jin sees Rahul standing in front of him with a pistol in his hand. Actually, Rahul shot and killed the boss. Then Hee-jin tells Rahul, "You go away from here through the back road, because you are still very young, and your future life is still ahead. Don't waste your life in the name of work. Give time to the person you love so much." On the other hand, it is seen that many people have gathered below the building, and the police have also arrived there. And Hee-in then comes down and surrenders to the police. In this opportunity, Rahul escapes from there, dodging everyone's eyes. And the story ends with this scene. So friends, how did you like today's story? Please let us know by commenting, and if you liked the video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel.